Parallel People, Chapter 7, Honeypie. Now this truly was a vacation. From reality, that was. Afterlife. Wow, cats are really as smart as I always believed. And then we got to a street, and I realized I was walking in it. Beep, beep. And I looked behind me, and I saw a red Honda Accord. Fully electric from the sound of it, but smaller than any car I'd ever seen. It looked like what toddlers drove in those fake miniaturist cars. My apologies, I'm new here. The cat waved as it was driving the car, and just like that, this real experience was over. Was that a Devon Rex? Charlton and Cupid nodded. Cool. I've always thought cats would be like this if we'd peel back the layer of reality back a bit. Charlton chuckled lightly. And I feel the same every time I'm graced with a human's presence. The word is yin and yang, or in my native tongue, meow and mew. I liked that a lot. So, how did you adopt English, or did it form naturally? And don't think I've forgotten about the afterlife. Cupid smiled and headbutted me as we walked alongside the street. It is actually something us cats have never been able to understand. As far as we can gather, it's because of the bleeding and tearing of reality. When a hole is torn in reality, it merges, even if only for a microsecond. So they didn't even know? So, you're trying to tell me that out there are some things that cats can't even figure out? Nobody's perfect, after all. Cupid rolled his eyes and Charlton scoffed. And this is coming from a species who destroys itself. Touché. Okay, fair enough, but anyways, about the afterlife, I'm just itching to know. Charlton sighed deeply. Again, like I said, humanity is constantly curious, and you all said curiosity killed the cat. Ha! But anyways, it's literally just reincarnation. As Newton put it from both of our universes, matter is neither created nor destroyed. Wait! You had a Newton as well? I mean, I am surprised, even though I'm in a universe with talking, sentient, socialist cats. Cupid now seemed to have a questioning look on his face. Is there a black cat named Sandy? She was my mom from our universe, and it would be nice to meet her, even if it's just a parallel version. Charlton was now the interested one. Actually, yeah, we do. She's the head doctor of this world, and her specialty is pediatrics. She's the natural at it. Just had the gift from the start, as I'm sure she'd know you, as mothers always do. Cupid excitedly looked around and caught a figure in the distance. Hey, Dad, can I go see my mom? It was cute that he thought he needed to ask. Who am I to say no? And yeah, go have fun with your mom, and if it's okay with her, I'd like to meet her too, as I'd like to see how far the apple fell from the tree. Cupid excitedly hugged my leg and then ran after the figure, who saw him and started to run at him too. He's a good kid. I can see why he loves you, Charles. He is. Well, hey, it takes two to tango, and he saved me in more ways than one. When Bubbles passed, it was time that I got very depressed about life, and on a walk I saw a dog, and I've forgotten the breed, running after this little void, and I whistled and rushed the dog to scare it off. And then the void meowed at me with those big sad eyes. In that moment, I knew life was still worth it, no matter how hard. Charlton nodded. That it is. I hated when Frankie died. His last act was to save me from his reality. He sent me up in a spaceship as the earth burned around him. I remember it vividly, and it'll always haunt me, but with therapy and the welcomingness of this world, it helped me to live again. Therapy? Okay, well, I shouldn't be surprised at the idea of a cat's therapist office, even though it was pretty damn funny and cute. Yeah, and I wonder if every cat I've ever had is the reincarnation of my first childhood cat. Her name was Princess Peach. We called her that because she had peach-colored fur and was the typical princess. Charlton said something about the idea. Yeah, I'd like to think so, because you don't look like Frankie, yet you're his universal doppelganger. The way you speak, your mannerisms, and your care for Cupid. Okay. Well, I know your answer already, but I'll offer anyway. If you ever wanted to come with Cupid and I, it would be my pleasure. He smiled and headbutted me. You know my answer, but I appreciate it. And if you're unable to find the right universe, you and Cupid are more than welcome to live the rest of your lives here. I bent down to Charlton's level and extended my hand, and he gladly shook it, and then licked it. Well, let's see what my son and his mom are doing, shall we? Charlton nodded, and we walked toward Sandy and Cupid.